In this activity, I'm going to need to open 8Q, the employee 3 CSV file, and we need to examine it, and then we need to add a formula for the following points. Okay, you can see here we have the employee reference number, name, address, name. Again, let me examine the name first. The name, it has the last name and the first name, and it has colon and then one space. For the address, I have the first part of the address, semicolon, and then I have double spaces. Notice that it is just not a single space, double spaces. And then the second part of the address, semicolon, and again double spaces, and the third part of the address. We're supposed right now to get the address number 1, which is the leftmost. We can do this again by using two functions, either left or mid functions. So as this is the most left part, we can use left or mid function. By using left, you can simply just locate the cell location and then you try to reach till to stop it till the colon over here. So I have tried to reach up to this colon. So it will stop up to this character and it will extract the most left side. If I didn't add this, it's going to be till colon, semicolon is going to include it. So I don't want it to be included. So I subtract it with 1. So it will reach till up to the W and so on. By using the mid function, in mid function, we're going to start with the text. I need this text. And then starting number, it's definitely going to be 1 because I need it to start from 1. After that, number of characters, how many I need? I needed to locate this colon location and stop over there. So this one is going to include the colon for you to up to this colon location, as you can see. And by subtracting from 1, it will exclude the colon. For the second part of the question, they're asking you, behind this, they're asking you to get the center part of the address. Again, I have explained this previously. First, we can use it by using breaking it part into small parts. So I have added here 1 column and I use mid function to reach to the second part and third part first of all. Okay, as you can see here, I use mid. I reached first to the C3 I added as a text. And then starting number, I need to reach to the column over here, semicolon over here, plus it with 3 because I have here 1 after the colon. It's 1, 2, and third location. I want to get to this location. That's why I plus it with 3. Up to how many characters you want to include, you can include up to 100 or 20 or 30. If you reduced less, it's not going to show you full thing. But again, here I cannot replicate it because each will be different. So I'm just going to keep it 50 or 100 or whatever I think will be the right number of address. Okay, after this is the first part. Second part, I'm going to use the left function depending on this column that I used it. So this is temporary, by the way. So I'm going to use right now left. So I need to depend on this column. And I'm going to use the number of characters by locating the second colon here, which is first here, but second over here. So I'm going to locate this colon over here and within this cell and subtract it with 1, not to include the colon. So as you can see here, if I didn't subtract with 1, it will include the location of the colon. So it got me the center part by first using it the mid and then putting it in left. We can do the same thing. I have explained it here, but okay. We can do the same thing by using a larger function, which is using subfunction in other subfunctions. So in exam, try not to use this short method because in case this got deleted, this is not asked by the exam. So in case this got deleted or the examiner does not need it, deleted it, so you can see your values are not going to be shown. So the best thing is to do, you're going to take this function, okay, and you're going to substitute all the F3s by whatever we put function in F3. So you can take F3 and substitute them. And if I put equal, you can get C. This is the same answer that I put it over here. So, or this is the same actually. This is another method, but I have used this. This is much easier. There is another method. Also, I explained it in this video right now. We need to find out the city name or the town name. And that's going to be taken from the center part of this address. So to do so, I'm going to explain it in a bit clearer way. To do so, let's assume this is the address. And that's my full address. And I need only to reach to the center of this address. So we have different ways to use it. So I'm going to use here the left function. And in the left function, to find first the text, so it's going to be from this text, to find the text first of all, I'm going to, let's say I'm going to reach to this text. That's the first point, okay, by removing from the left part of this text. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to use find, that semicolon. I'm going to reach to this semicolon again, find, and then reach to that semicolon into this, from this text. That's going to be around 11, because the location of this semicolon is supposed to be around 11. I'm going to plus it with 3, because first of all, I told you that we have here 2 spaces. So in order to reach to this D, I need to plus it with 3 to reach the exact location of this D, or whatever number is following. So that's the first step. So I'm going to get 15, which will make me reach to the first thing. Another thing, we're going to put this find in a mid function. Mid function again will ask me for the whole text, which is this one, and then reaching to the first character, which is going to be 15. So that's going to make me reach to Tondi, which is beginning character. And then up to 50 or whatever number you want. Maximum I would just put 50 or 100 or any maximum number you can put it. So this function till up here, it's going to give me this result, which is the starting from mid part till the end part. So right now, that's going to become the first part of the left function, which is the main character that right now. Right now, the another part is easier. I need to reach to the number of, I need to get the number of this characters. To do so, I'm going to use find again, and here to reach to the number or to the semicolon in here. And I'm going to plus it again with 2, because that's the first option. I have tried with different ways. It's not giving us the right character. So I plus it 2, later I will minus it with 2 back again. So I plus it with 2, that gave me 14. After that, I put it in mid, and I got back again from mid, this Dundi, and beginning, I'm going to get here 1 space in the first. And it's going to give me this. Right now from this, what I want to reach is, I want to find this semicolon by using find again. And I want to remove right now whatever follows this semicolon and the remaining to be deleted. So perfectly right now it will give me this town or city name. So that's what will happen. After that, to remove the extra, minus it with 2, and you're going to get 6, which will give you exact number from here for the beginning character. So the whole function will be left. So that will result for you this part of the address, and this will get you that there are 6 parts that you need to keep it for this from left character. So by applying this function over here, you're going to get the city name. Let me replicate this first part and then replicate this one. As you can see here, it's going to give me the city name. For the postcode right now, let me make sure of one thing. Oh yeah, I will need this. I'm just going to hide this. Okay, for the postcode, you can use one way is by using this method, which I'm going to explain it right now. Postcode, which is the most left side of the address. So that's why, because it's the most right side of the address, I'm going to use the right function. It is also quite similar to the previous one. So in here, assume that you have this address and I need to reach only to the postcode. So I'm going to use the right function, and for the right function, I can use many sub-functions to reach to the main point. So let's use, for example, let me start here with the find. I need to find the semicolon. And then I will plus it with 2 again with this semicolon. I will plus it with 2, and maximum I will keep up to 50 to give me. So that will give me around 14 digits to reach to this one. Wait a bit, I'm still here in the beginning. To reach to this Tunde, to remove it first, so I need to reach the first semicolon over here. Okay, so that's up to here, 14. And then it will give me also, because D is actually 15, with one space also keeping it here, it's going to be around 14. That's the first part. So with the mid, you're going to get that part to reach to that 14. After that, put the whole sentence or the whole function in find, and find is going to give you up to 8 characters. Okay. After that, we're going to put this whole function and plus it with this semicolon, which is the first one of 12. So that's going to be giving us 12. Okay, hold on right now here. We're going to get also one main thing here, which is the length of the whole character, which is going to be around, it will vary, but here it's going to give me around 30. So 30, keep it aside over here, and then 30, you will minus it with this whole numbers over here. Okay, we plus it with 3 here because keep in mind that we have some spaces over here, which is 2 double spaces, and then to reach to the third digit, it will need you to plus it with 3. So let's plus the numbers right now here. We have 12, we have 8, and then we have this 3 characters, which will give me 23. 30 minus 23, that's going to give me the exact last part of that right section, which will give me the results of it, which will be right now 7. And putting this in the right function, the whole text, and then minus it with 7, it's going to give me the last part of that postcode. Or much simpler than this, you can use the substitution method by breaking it down into small parts and then substituting. Again, you can use, depending on this, you can get the most right side of this one. So that's going to be pretty easy. I'm going to use, so after I got the mid function by getting the Dundee and whatever follows from the right side, I'm going to depend on this right now and get the most right side of this one. That's going to be very easy. Right function. Depending on this cell, I want to get the full length of it and then subtract the most left side of it to get the right side only. I will subtract the left side to get the right side. So that's length subtracted the location of the colon in this function or in this cell. And then I subtract it with 2. That's because not to make the column appear, or not to make, the spaces appear over here. As I mentioned, we have 2 spaces over here, if you remember. And to avoid those 2 spaces, I just will subtract it with 2. Okay, that's one method, and then you have that previous method. Just one thing, final thing. Don't depend on this function again. Use the full function. So you're going to get this, and then you're going to replace the F3 with whatever we put it in F3. So, oops, where did I? If I put equal, you're going to get the most right side of that, which is the postcode. So you have both those methods, and you can use whatever is comfortable for you.